led by designated chant leaders, take lead from speakers and marshals in terms of where to be at all times. Marshals are wearing neon vests. Do not cross onto private property. Stay away from doors and sidewalks at all times when we get to our destination. January 2023 has been the deadliest January for Palestinians since 2009. We're going to go ahead and introduce our first speaker from MD to Palestine. First of all, I want to say thank you all for being out here on a cold day. And just remember that this is what Palestinians who have been displaced from their homes are experiencing. Allah yarhamhum. These are the words, meaning may God bless and have mercy on their souls, that are uttered by Palestinians when a Palestinian is murdered by the Zionist entity. On January 26th, 9 more Palestinian families in Jenin said these words when their loved ones were slaughtered after occupation forces raided the refugee camp. U.S. funded and backed soldiers went into a refugee camp of Palestinians. They shot at them indiscriminately, they fired missiles onto homes, and they suffocated children with tear gas. When Palestinians rushed to the hospital in Jenin, occupation forces launched strikes against the hospital. One of the martyrs of this raid was 61-year-old Palestinian elder Majda Awaid. Allah yarhamha. Her daughter described that during the raid, Majda was praying in her home. She was shot by occupation forces in the neck. When her daughter turned around at the sound of her mother falling, she ran to her and held her wound. Majda was ripped away from her family, including her grandchildren, by occupation forces. Noor Sami Ghannaim and Muhammad Sami Ghannaim were both martyred in the massacre. Allah yarhamhum. Their brother Ahmed was left in critical condition. The brothers were ripped away from their families by occupation forces. In the weeks since the massacre, the death toll has risen. The death of Palestinians should never be normalized. It can never be normalized. We should not wake up to the news of more of our people being murdered at the hands of the occupying entity every day. We stand firm in our commitment to justice and complete liberation from the river to the sea. We fight in the name of each of our martyrs. We will not be silenced and we will not back down until we can return to Palestine. من المية للمية. من المية للمية. فلسطين عربية. من المية للمية. فلسطين عربية. Let's give a round of applause for MD2 Palestine. Next up, we have our speaker from GW, Students for Justice in Palestine.
I am here today on behalf of Students for Justice in Palestine at GW. We are a collective of students organizing against Zionism and towards the liberation of our homeland. As we speak, over 1,000 of our Palestinian sisters and brothers in Masafar Yatta, over 500 of whom are children, are being violently removed from their homes by Zionist forces. On November 23rd, Israel demolished a Sfi school in Masafar Yatta. On January 3rd, Israel destroyed 4 homes in Masafar Yatta, and they are continuing to destroy more nearly every week across the West Bank. Wells and olive orchards, necessary resources for the people of Masafar Yatta have been demolished by the occupation forces with the intent of suffocating our people and crushing our resistance. But our people will not be defeated.
That's right.
As we speak, the people of Masafar Yatta stand firmly on their land, refusing to leave their homes by any means. As students, We know the revolutionary power of education, and as we speak, teachers in Masafir Yatta continue to organize classes in makeshift tents, refusing to concede to the Zionist entity's attempts to rob our children of a future. Let us not forget that this is not the first time that the people of Masafir Yatta have faced ethnic cleansing. Since 1980, the Zionist entity has tried to forcibly expel the people of Masafir Yatta. In 1999, the occupation forces violently destroyed several of the villages of Masafir Yatta, sending over 700 of our brothers and sisters into exile. And in 2000, in full defiance of the Zionist entity, the people of Masafir Yatta returned, and they will return again. Let this be a testament to the powerful resistance of our people who refuse with their dying breaths to ever abandon our homeland. Let this be a testament to the undying will of our people who have faced exile before and who have returned to reclaim their homes. Let this be a testament to the spirit that lives in our people, that proudly proclaims that no matter how many times you expel us from our homes, raise our olive orchards, destroy our schools, and send us into exile, we will return. This year, 2023, marks 75 years of the Nakba, 75 years of the displacement, the fragmentation, the exile of our people. We know that the Nakba never ended. We know that the ethnic cleansing of our people is ongoing. The Zionist entity believes that they can continue to commit atrocities against our people without consequence, that they can continue to kill, evict, and imprison our people and emerge unscathed. But we are here to say that we will not let their crimes go unpunished. For every village destroyed, for every school demolished, for every family and every child torn from our homes, our people and our resistance emerge stronger, burning for liberation and for justice.
Talk about it.
From Masafir Yatta to Khan al-Ahmar, from Yafa to Sheikh Jarrah, from Al-Khalil to Al-Naqab, our people stand firm and say in the clearest of terms that we will never abandon our homeland. No matter how many checkpoints, borders, and walls that the Zionist entity places between our homeland and our people, we will return by the thousands, by the millions, and we will reclaim our homeland again. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Israel, Israel, you will learn.
Israel, Israel, you will learn.
By the millions will return.
By the millions will return.
Israel, Israel, you will learn.
Israel, Israel, you will learn.
By the millions will return.
By the millions will return.
Thank you.
Let's give a hand to GWSJP one more time. Next up we have PSO. Give them a round of applause.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Not another nickel, not another dime.
Not another nickel, not another dime.
No more money for Israel's crime.
No more money for Israel's crimes.
My name is Ben. I'm with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I'm pleased to join you all today in solidarity amid this wind, this cold, international solidarity, and Palestine is such a flashpoint for this. Our inception of the PSL came about actually because the anti-war movement in the United States during the Iraq War refused to support Palestine. They thought it was too fringe, but we never thought it was fringe, and we knew that one day, as the inception of social media came about, as people saw the true crimes that Israel couldn't hide behind the mainstream media, they knew that the truth would come out and people would stand with Palestine. And I think it's very clear today that the people stand with Palestine. Right now, the Palestinians are resisting another onslaught from Zionist terrorists, thugs, gangs. They say that the Israeli government has suddenly become far right, as if something just magically happened. I think everyone here could correctly respond that it didn't start one election ago in which millions of Arab people have no suffrage, have no ability to even raise their voice in these elections. But the real lack of democracy began with the inception of this Zionist state that calls itself Israel.
That's right. That's right.
Since the 90s, let's roll back. the imperialists in Israel and the imperialists in the United States, they're allied not only together in the pursuit of oppressing Palestinians and black people at home, they're also interested in putting down the people of Peru, of people in the Philippines. All of this is connected. Everyone knows that the Washington agenda, whether it rears its ugly head in Palestine, whether it rears itself in Europe with the buildup of NATO militarism, whether it encircles any sort of power in Asia or in Africa, it has a global domination within its mindset. And thusly, we need to have an internationalist mindset in this fight back. We need to stand up not only when it rears its ugly head at home, when it terrorizes poor, black, oppressed people in the streets, in working class communities, but also when it oppresses, overthrows the working class movements abroad in Peru, when it tries to in Brazil, but the people fight back, when it tries to against the Palestinians and the people fight back. So we stand with all these movements because we need a broad movement of people power. We need people to be standing up no matter what, because that's the only thing that they're going to be threatened by, is when all the movements around us stand together. So again, I'd just like to leave you with that, and we can, as always, say, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
Thank you.
Woo!
Let's give another round of applause for PSL. So since the start of 2023, we have had 35 martyrs. I'm going to go ahead and start by reading the martyrs from Jenin. Saeed Isam Mahmoud Izriqi, 25. Majda Abdel Fattah Ubaid, 60. Majda was inside her home when she was shot in the head and neck during the raid. Muhammad Mahmoud Sabh, 34. Nur al-Din Sami Ghunaim, 22. Wasim Amjad al-Jaf, 22. Mu'tasim Mahmoud Abu al-Hassan, 40. Abdullah Marwan al-Ghul, 18. Izzuddin Yasin Salahat, 22. Umar Tariq Ali al-Saadi, 24. Muhammad Sami Ghunaim, 28. Yusuf Yahya Muhaysin, 22. Following the Jenin raid, Israeli forces in the town of Al-Ram, north of Jerusalem, fired at Palestinians who had come out to protest against the killings. Yusuf Yahya Abdul Karim Muhsin, 22, who was unarmed, was fatally shot in the abdomen during the demonstration. Wadi Abu Ramuz, 16. Wadi died on January 27th after being shot 2 days earlier during an Israeli raid on the town of Silwan in occupied East Jerusalem. The unarmed Palestinian youth was shot in the abdomen and succumbed to his wounds in the hospital. Qari al-Qam, 21. Qari was shot and killed 7 people outside a building used as a synagogue in the settlement of Neviv Yaakov in East Jerusalem. He fled the scene but was caught by Israeli police who killed him after an exchange of fire. Karam Ali Salman, an armed Israeli settler, kills Karam Ali Salman, 18, in the West Bank province of Khalqilia on 29th of January. Nasim Abu Fawda, 26, was shot dead by Israeli forces in Hebron on January 30th. Muhammad Samar Hoshiya, 22, was shot dead on January 2nd after Israeli troops raided the village of Qasrdan, west of Jenin, to carry out a home demolition. Fuad Muhammad Abid, 17, was shot dead on January 2nd after Israeli troops raided the village of Qasrdan, west of Jenin, to carry out a home demolition. Adam Isam Ayyad, 15, was shot by Israeli forces in the chest with a live bullet on the 3rd of January. Amir Abu Zaytun, 16. Israeli troops killed another Palestinian miner on January 5th, shooting Amir Abu Zaytun in the head. The killing took place as soldiers were confronted by residents during a raid on the Balata refugee camp in Nablus. Ahmed Abu Junaid, 21, was also killed at the Balata camp in Nablus after being shot in the head during an Israeli army raid on the January of 11th. The Nablus-based Lions Den armed group said that Junaid belonged to the Balata brigade. Sanad Muhammad Samasra, 19, was shot dead by Israeli settlers on the 12th of January after allegedly attempting to stab him. Samir Aouni Harbi Aslan, 41, was killed. Aslan was unarmed and attempting to protect his son from being arrested by Israeli troops. Habib Kamil, 25, killed during an Israeli army raid on the village of Qabatiyah, south of Jenin, on January 12th. Abdul Hadi Nazan, 18, killed during an Israeli army raid on the village of Qabatiyah, south of Jenin, on January 12th. Izzuddin Basim Hamamre, 24, shot in his vehicle near the village of Jaba, south of Jenin, on January 14th. Amjad Adnan Khaliliya, 23, shot in his vehicle near the village of Jaba, south of Jenin, on January 14th. Yazan Samir Al-Jabari, 19, also died in Jenin on the same day from gunshot wounds sustained during a home demolition on January 2nd that killed 2 others. Ahmed Abdel Jalil Kahla, 45, was shot dead by Israeli soldiers manning a temporary checkpoint at the entrance to Silwan on January 15th. Omar Lutfi Khumur, 14, was killed by Israeli forces near Bethlehem on January 16th. He was shot in the head during a raid on homes in the Dashis refugee camp and succumbed to his wounds in the hospital. Hamdi Shakir Abu Dayah, 40 years old, shot dead after allegedly opening fire on Israeli troops in the north of Hebron on January 17th. Jawad Farid Bawaqsa, 57, was killed on January 19th during an overnight raid on Jenin. He was a high school teacher and father of 6 children and was shot in the torso by a sniper outside his home while providing first aid to Jabaril. Adha Muhammad Jabaril was killed on January 19th. He was 28 years old. Saddam Arada Yusuf Mali was 42 and was shot dead by an Israeli settler on January 21st. Arab Abdel Nasser Lahlul was 20 years old and killed in front of his mother and brother on January 25th in the occupied West Bank city of Khalqilia. Israeli Muhammad Ali, 17 years old, killed on January 25th by Israeli forces. He was shot in the chest in occupied East Jerusalem after an Israeli raid on the Shafat refugee camp. Let's take a moment to honor and remember our martyrs. We will be transmitting transitioning into our march. I want you all to again remember to keep an eye on those in the yellow vest. If any police officers approach you, please direct them to the person in an orange vest. Do not converse with the police. I repeat, do not converse with the police no matter what they ask you. Don't have a friendly conversation, nothing. Direct them to the person in an orange vest. Now repeat after me. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
Not another nickel, not another dime!
Not another nickel, not another dime!
No more money for Israel's crimes!
No more money for Israel's crimes!
Not another nickel!
No?
Palestine will be free. From the river to the
Thanks for
sea.
checking.
Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free.
front of the building.
All right, we have arrived at APAC. This is the place that is paying
APAC is in
our
here.
Congress people tons of lobby money to continue to fund the Zionist state. All right, we need people to spread out, please. In a circle over here, please. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine!
Listen, everyone. Don't act like these systems aren't connected. Let's not act like these systems aren't connected. Because a lot of people here want to act like we're too far removed from Palestine to do anything about it. But the same bullet that kills black and brown people in this country is used to kill Palestinians. So we see the oppression here. We see what they're doing here. And we're not far removed from it. You don't gotta be from Palestine to know this. So you need to scream it. When we say free Palestine, you need to scream it. And when we say Palestine will be ours, you need to believe it. Because the Palestinians who are dying for our land believe it. So don't go down on that promise. When we honor our martyrs, that means we believe with full conviction that what we're chanting for today will happen. A free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
من الميال الميال!
من الميال الميال!
فلسطين عربية!
فلسطين عربية!
من الميال الميال!
من الميال الميال!
فلسطين عربية!
فلسطين عربية!
من الميال الميال!
من الميال الميال!
فلسطين عربية!
فلسطين عربية!
We will free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
Within our lifetime!
Within our lifetime!
We will free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
Within our lifetime!
Within our lifetime!
This is the building right here. Y'all see this building? Y'all see this building? This is the building right here that's holding Congress. That's allowing all of your elected officials to stand in the pockets of Israel, to do whatever Israel wants to do, to use our tax dollars to fund an illegal military occupation. This is the building right here. So I want you to be so loud, so pissed off, so enraged that your money is being used to kill Palestinians. I want them to be so angry hearing you because they often say the old will die and the young will forget. But we will never forget. We will never forget Palestine. Free, free Palestine!
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 There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada! Intifada!
Long live intifada!
Long live Intifada!
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada! Intifada!
Long live intifada!
Long live Intifada!
When Biden says something like, I am a Zionist, when Again, thank you all for coming despite it being super cold. It just shows your dedication to the movement, to Palestinian liberation. I want to invite our next speaker. They're from Georgetown Law Students for Justice in Palestine. Give them a hand. All right, DC, I want to hear you make some noise first. Make some noise! All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jenin. I am co-president of the Law Students for Justice in Palestine at Georgetown Law. I want to start off today first with a quote from a 12-year-old girl from the documentary Jenin. I'm sure some of you guys know it, because I want us to truly understand who the people of Jenin are, what they represent, and why we're really here today. So this little girl stands on a pile of rubble in Jenin, refugee camp, after the 2002 Israeli assault on Jenin that left 52 Palestinians dead and completely leveled Jenin. As she stands in this chaos, she says, I have something to say to Israel. سنعيش ثقورا شاخمين ونموت أسورا واقفين. Proud as eagles we will live, strong as lions we will die. Jenin will rebuild and stand high and proud as she has always done. I remember being told stories about Jenin when I was little, about how although Israel tried to destroy Jenin multiple dozens of times, Jenin not only continues to survive, but it thrives. I remember my father telling me that there are two places Israel has never been able to conquer, and that is Gaza and Jenin. I recently had the honor of going to Jenin this past summer, and I saw firsthand that everything I had been told about Jenin was more than true. The people of Jenin are a people of resilience, a people who are the soul of the resistance in Palestine. That Jenin itself is a land that has carried so many of the heroes we treasure, from Shireen Abu Aqla to Zakaria Zubaydi, who escaped from a high-security Israeli prison with just a spoon. That Jenin is a place where almost every single wall lines the martyrs they have lost in the entire refugee camp. That although most of the people in Jenin are refugees from Haifa and in Naqab, they carry the fact that they are from this camp as proud and crowns on their head. Today, nearly 21 years since the 2002 assault on Jenin, we stand in the streets to protest the massacre in Jenin. We see that nothing has changed. Israel has continued its aggression and violence in Jenin. But also the people in Jenin's resistance and strength to survive is alive now more than ever, and that has not changed as well. So now when we talk about Jenin and we talk about their martyrs, I want you to know that we are talking about lions. That we refuse to normalize Palestinian death and reduce the martyrs to statistics like the rest of the world has. That Shu'aib, Maghda, Muhammad, Noor, Wissam, Mu'tasim, Abdullah, Umar, Muhammad, the faces and the names that you hold right now, they are people. They felt joy. They felt sadness. They had hopes and dreams that Israel took away from them. But they will never be forgotten, and we will hold them as proud as we can. Now make no mistake, the operation that the terrorist settler colonial state of Israel took in Jenin was really a reflection of how scared they truly are. On January 26th, heavily armed Israeli soldiers entered the camp disguised as a commercial truck. They opened fire on residents, killing Majda in her living room. We face an enemy that is so cowardly, so scared and ruthless as to block ambulances from transporting the injured to a hospital, as to storm a hospital and throw tear gas into a pediatric department of this hospital. Israel and the Zionist agenda are scared now more than ever because our truth is heard in even the most remote places in the world. That with every divestment campaign, every protest, every phone banking, our truth gets a little louder, our power and influence gets a little stronger, and with it the hope of a free Palestine. I now speak to AIPAC directly, as we are right here. The blood of the children of Jenin, Nablus, Ramallah, and all over Palestine is on your hands.
have to move? No! Are we waiting on Congress to move?
No!
We know that liberation is not in one person or in any of these institutions. Liberation is in all of us. The people of Jenin teach us to hope. They teach us to resist. And above all, the people of Jenin show us that liberation is not a matter of if, it is simply a matter of when. And that when gets closer with every passing day. Now I want every single person in this building to hear us. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
What do we want? I'm gonna ask again. What do we want?
Palestine!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Palestine!
When I say what do we want? Justice. Okay? What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Thank you all so much. Let's give it another round of applause. I want to invite our next speaker, which is DC Alliance. DC Alliance in the crowd. Claudia Jones School. We got Claudia Jones in the house. Give it up for Claudia Jones School! Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Thank you all so much for being here. I know it's a brick, it's freezing, but this testament to you being here is the testament to not only our strength with the Palestinian people and the fight for freedom. So my name is Jenin and I am here representing Claudia Jones School and a partner of the DC Alliance Against Racist and Political Oppression. So as a black femme queer, I know that the United States has its own issues. I recognize that my struggle for freedom and justice is directly tied to the plight of the Palestinian people currently occupied and under apartheid rule, funded by U.S. imperialists of this land that we stand on and the government that we pay taxes to. The system of abuse never changes. It continues to be the same. The same people here are the same people funding the police regimes in Palestine, the same people killing the people that we are fighting for today. The police that lynch and kill my people and the Israeli government are the same, consistently using the same tactics and pursue the same goal. The police departments in the United States trains Israeli police using the same tactics to harass and murder black people, to harass and murder Palestinians. This is a genocidal project to destroy oppressed peoples that are struggling to find their national liberation, which includes the struggle for basic democratic rights and the right of self-determination. The police that murdered Tyree Nichols in Memphis are using the same tactics over and over again in Jenin and other instances of settler and apartheid oppression. We demand that the United States denounce and strip Israel of its financing. The people of the United States do not support genocide and do not support our money, our taxes going to continue the killing of people. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Let's give Claudia Jones School another round of applause. Justice for Tyree Nichols. Repeat after me. Justice for Tyree Nichols.
Justice for Tyree Nichols!
Justice for Tyree Nichols.
Justice for Tyree Nichols!
Let us never forget that the police forces in the United States are cross-trained with the Israeli occupation forces. Our fight for liberation is the exact
recognize that it's here to protect black and brown bodies and marginalized communities at the hands of these police forces. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Min al-Mayan al-Mayan.
من الميان الميان.
Palestine Arabiyya.
فلسطين عربية.
Min al-Mayan al-Mayan.
من الميان الميان.
القدس عربية.
القدس عربية.
جنين عربية.
جنين عربية.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
I'd like to welcome our last speaker. They're with the Palestinian Youth Movement. Let's give them a round of applause. One more time. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm here with the Palestinian Youth Movement, a transnational, independent, grassroots movement of Palestinian and Arab youth struggling towards the liberation of our people and our homeland. This May marks 75 years of Nakba, 75 years of displacement, 75 years of dispossession, and 75 years of U.S. complicity in the ethnic cleansing of Palestinian people. This May marks 75 years of Nakba, but the truth is, the Nakba never ended. As we stand here now, our Palestinian sisters and brothers in Musafariyata are being violently removed from their homes by Zionist forces. Our people in occupation prisons are resisting escalating attacks by prison guards, and the occupying army has killed over 30 of our people since the beginning of 2023. We're not just here to bear witness to the crimes of the settler colonial Zionist project and all who support them like AIPAC. We're also here to show that our will is unbreakable and that our liberation is inevitable. We're here to uplift our martyrs in Jenin and all of Palestine. And we also salute our prisoners who are at the forefront of the struggle and confront the harsh realities of the Zionist project every day. One of whom is Ahmed Monasra. Ahmed recently turned 21 inside an occupation prison. In 2015, at the age of 13, Ahmed was arrested, interrogated, denied a lawyer, tortured, and convicted of a crime that even the occupation courts acknowledged he did not commit. He has been held in solitary confinement since November of 2021, and his mental and physical health have severely deteriorated. We demand Ahmed's release and the release of all of our prisoners from Zionist prisons. Every atrocity of the Zionist state is made possible through U.S. funding and is blocking of all attempts to hold Israel accountable. What is next? For how much longer will the U.S. pay Israel to imprison, murder, maim, and slowly kill our people? Every single year, the U.S. sends over $3.8 billion in military funding to Israel. Giving Israeli forces the green light to continue its project of ethnic cleansing, to systematically kill Palestinian people, and try to erase our identity. This funding wouldn't be possible without the lobbying efforts of AIPAC. We stand here today to bear witness to the complicity of U.S. imperialism facilitated by groups like AIPAC. There is Palestinian blood on your hands. We demand an end to U.S. complicity now. Despite how hard the Zionist state tries to kill and silence every single one of us with U.S. support, we will never be erased. We are the children of generations of Palestinian revolutionary spirit that will never die. We bear witness to your crimes and we demand justice for our people. We demand justice for every Palestinian family in Masafir Yatta who have been connected to their homeland for longer than the colonial state of Israel even existed. We demand justice for every precious Palestinian life that was taken from this world too soon. We demand justice for every Palestinian political prisoner, Palestinian women who were abused in prison, like Isra Javis, Palestinians who were targeted for being political leaders, like Ahmed Sadat, and Palestinians who had their childhood stolen from them, like Ahmed Monastra. We are here today because we know that justice will come. Any structure built on the death and destruction of another people always falls. And in its place, the life of generations of revolutionary spirit that you could never kill will grow. Your endless funding of militarized violence will never kill a revolution. Your evictions from our homes will only separate us temporarily from our land because soon we will return.
That's right.
Your attempts to tear our communities apart will never work. Truth, justice, and the hope for a brighter future are on our side. Death and destruction are yours, and it is only a matter of time until your violent system implodes. I'll end now with a poem, The Deluge in the Tree, by Fedwa Tukan, a Palestinian poet born in Nablus in 1917. When the hurricane swirled and spread its deluge of dark evil onto the good green land, they gloated. The western skies reverberated with joyous accounts. The tree has fallen. The great trunk is smashed. The hurricane leaves no life in the tree. Had the tree really fallen? Never. Not with our red streams flowing forever, not while the wine of our thorn limbs fed the thirsty roots, Arab roots alive, tunneling deep, deep into the land. When the tree rises up, the branches shall flourish and fresh in the sun, the laughter of the tree shall leaf beneath the sun, and birds shall return. Undoubtedly, the birds shall return. The birds shall return. For all that are here with us today, let it be known. We are the children of generations of revolutionary spirit that you could never kill. We will continue to demand justice for Palestinian people through our path to liberation and until our return. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
Thank you. Let's give 2RM another round of applause. And that concludes our scheduling for today. I want to thank everybody so much, truly from the bottom of my heart, for making it out today, despite the cold weathers. I really appreciate every single one of you. Stay connected with the movement. Follow the Palestinian Youth Movement. Follow MZ2 Palestine to stay connected with the actions and gatherings we have coming up. Please stay connected with everybody. Meet new people. Make those connections. And inshallah we see each other on better circumstances. But until then, until the freedom of Palestine, we will continue to fight for the liberation of our people. Free, free!